Hey everyone, as mentioned since the last video, I'm going to go do memory lane of every character down the list from start to finish. That includes, once again, the 4 stars. Last time we did Sepia. Next is going to be 4-star Tomoko. Now, I don't think she's going to be very useful here. How she is technically made is that she buffs allies, mainly just sweepers, I guess you can say. The team entirely, but her main gimmick is putting enemies to sleep, which is she's very good for. Now, in some cases, there's going to be a lot of bosses who's going to be nullified against it. So, as of right now, she's a very, I would say, forgotten unit. She's kind of dead. No, actually, I lied. She honestly is dead. A dead unit. So there's really not much we can use for that skill. However, there is a place where we can use her for. So I use the Metro Desires to actually revisit some characters in my own time, especially with Sepia. But for now, I think the only time I can probably use it is Trials of Astrolab, but mainly the Velvet Trials is where we can use her for. Because I think some of the enemies actually does not nullify these specific conditions, so it would be very good to use her for this revisit. So we're going to be using her in multiple teams, mainly I would say Sweeper and Assassins. She's not going to be, she's basically a supporting role, so there's no way we can have her test her damage in any sort of fashion. Again, she's a 4-star, so she's limited to what she can do, but she does have some usage in some scenarios. Hopefully, some events that does drop that does not nullify any other abnormal conditions like sleep, shock. No, actually not shock, but sleep. Like anything that's immobile people. Like I think fear probably would be one. Despair, stuff like that. Some of the shadows are very nullified to it. But again, we can actually use the Velvet Trials to actually test her out in some cases. So I would probably say Technician. Technician is pretty much like a all-rounder of shadows that we can use, or excuse me, shadows we can fight up against. So we're going to start from here. So I have a number generator near me. So I'm going to go through 1 through 40. And we can just pick and go and see how we go from there. So I will be back right back. I'm going to pick the stage and then I'm going to pick the team. Okay, so how I'm going to make this work is that every fight we do, there's also going to be a part 1 and part 2. So we're going to be taking her in both areas. So for this first area, we're going to go in against the Angels, the Archangels, and then once this is finished, I will move her to the second phase with Yashitsune. Again, this is like the only way I can find a good use of her in these fights, to where we can actually showcase how she functions in the best ways possible. On top of that, utilizing every skill she has. Let me go back and check. Again, how she functions is that she's basically supporting the entire team, all due to her passive, which is the where exactly is it? Greenleaf. So every Greenleaf that she's able to proc with her skill 2 increase the entire team attack and also the element accuracy. Now she's very good with characters who's able to inflict an element debuff like burn, curse, bleed, you know, some characters like that. So Joker, on Mesa, I think probably, I mean, I would say Yowling as well. Fire Ice, basically just making sure that those element debuffs comes into play. On top of that, we do have her 5-star to where she's able to increase her attack. On top of that, we have an increase rate of 41% when it comes to our third skill, which is just Lullaby. What this does is basically puts the enemy to sleep and causes us to do more damage for that next follow-up turn to that said person who's asleep. Now, she's not going to be very useful, probably not useful enough when you're facing more than one opponent, but this is probably a good way we can start with. First and foremost, who has Megidolon? That's the one thing I want to. Okay, Ural has it, and then Michael has it. All right, so that's 2 people we can actually target. Let's see what we can do here. Let's go support. We can do skill 3. We can actually do it. There we go. Oh, for the personas, as I showed before we even got here. Evnion, Throne, and on top of that, Savathun. So let's use Sonic Interference. I'm gonna be using I'm using this persona a lot. I got a feeling. Let's see. They brought Cherish for just an extra defense, even though I do have Savathun. All right, so let's target skill 3. Actually, should we do skill 2 then 3? I don't know, let's do skill 2 then 3. Let's do Joker. Increase his damage. And also the entire party. And then let's do skill 1. It's not bad. Nice, you dodged. Okay. Okay. Alright. Not too terrible. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Alright. Let's switch over and let's do Purifying Flames. Onto Joker. I do want the extra burn effect for it. Let's do... Actually, yeah, why not? Let's do our highlight. We actually do have the chance to inflict 2 people now. And then that should probably kill on Joker's turn. Nice. Okay, cool. And then let's do... No, actually, let's... Oh, I actually want to guard this time. Alright. Then we can use Fear 2... No, skill... Yeah, skill 3. And then put you to sleep. Nice. Alright, cool. Now this is gonna be a lot of damage now. Let's go to Angie. This should probably just be death. Alright, cool. We'll have our extra action. Or not. You're just dead. Nice. Alright, cool. Alright. Let us move on to the second half of the fight. Alright. Phase 2. Alright. This is going to be a lot more easier. But we shouldn't get too... Yeah, but I shouldn't get too carried away. That should be fine. This fight for Joker is probably not going to be very good. But he does have at least a decent skill 1. Oh, skill 2. It's a skill 1. Ooh. Alright, cool. Let's do skill 3. But this should be very good for her, though. Alright, so we are going to swim him to sleep. Like that. Guaranteed sleep. Let's just guard. Just do that for the extra layer, because he does the he does have what's that skill called? Hashbo Toby? Yeah, he does have this skill. That's the only skill I'm gonna be worried about. Then let's do sleep once more. Because we could be lucky with the possible critical. Possible. Let's do skill 2. And then what we can do. Not bad. I feel like this actually could kill. I feel like it. Shit. Oh yeah, that's gonna kill. Yeah, that's gonna kill. Alright, cool. Yeah, we got the follow-up splash. Yeah, that did. Alright, cool. We're going to go to our next fight. Hopefully something a little challenging. Alright, so for the next fight is going to be stage 40. Once again, we're going to be doing both parts. So for this fight, I am bringing Mesa onto the field. Now, he is known for his bleed, so we're going to be banking on him with a pair of Tomoko with her. I can actually just go back to it. Element accuracy. So most likely he should be able to proc it, but we're probably going to get his bleeding stacks a lot more faster than usual. We should be. I could be wrong though, but we'll know. So I brought Kumo. Well, I didn't change too much. I brought Kumo, and I still kept Sabathon and Yan. The reason why I brought Kumo instead of Dionysus is that with Kumo's passive, he increases allies' element accuracy. Where is it? It is overclock. There it is. Yeah, increased element. Listen, I don't even know what I said before. Element element accuracy by 21.2. So this is pretty good, and it prioritizes over Misa. So this is gonna help us a lot. So we're going to use Rebellion. Did I say Alchemist or Element? I have no idea what I said. Alright, we did bring Marion to the field as a healer instead of Cherish. Wanted to change up a bit. So let's do Healing Grace. And then let us put you to sleep. Actually, no. Let's increase your buff. Now we should get the full 10 stacks, hopefully. What is his element accuracy currently? If I may take a look. Take a little look-see. Almost 150. Almost. Almost. Alright. Let us do... Who should I do first? Who has the one of the most crazy skills? He has Blazing Hell in God's Hand. Let's see. $2083, 2026, 2457, and 2491. Okay, you know what? I am going to do this guy. Nice, we have all 10 stacks. Usually it's either 5 or 8, but I actually went up to 10. That's actually pretty good. Look at that bleed. Alright, cool. Let's see if Futaba's skill 1. And then let's go over the Sonic Interference. And then we can probably put this guy to sleep. Nah, let's not use the ult. I'm not gonna use the ult. But I will do this though. Get our next blessing stack. And we could put you good sir to sleep. Nice, it worked. Alright, cool. And now, what we can do is that we can trigger Nightfall. And then his ult. Inflicting bleeding. Why is he invisible? Yellow. That's weird. But that's nice damage. Alright, cool. Then let us... Honestly, they both dead. So good run. Ooh. Nice. Alright, this bleed should kill him. I don't know if we inflicted burn to him though. Nope, he's gone. Alright, Alright, on to the next fight. Okay, on to the next fight. I failed to mention that I brought Futaba to the field. Just for the multiple just debuff, defense debuff. Alright, let's go for the same plan we did before. So we're going to do Rebel on him, and then this time let's do our skill 1. Next, let's do skill 2, so we can get a full stack of our Bleed passive. And then we'll just launch it onto you. Okay. Oh! At least we use Blast. We can get healed from this. Alright. We can do this. And then let's move over to Devoted Guard. And then we can use our skill 3. Back to full health. Now, what we can do is put you to sleep. And then yeah, we're gonna do the same thing. Nightfall. And then we will cast it ult onto you, good sir. Why is he invisible? It's a little scared. Not scared, but just curious. I can wake up from sleep. Yeah, let's play that. Skill 2. Skill 3. Skill 1 to get our healing cycle going. And then let's put you back to sleep. Nice. Oh, he's gone. Nightfall once more. And then Pathology. The B numbers. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so for this one, I changed it up a bit to where we're going to be using a fire-based trial. So it's going to be the final stage. Mainly this is for, again, fire types in all cases. So we're going to be using An as our next character to help her out. I brought Zoe here, and then for the Navi, I actually brought Okian. Now, Okian is actually a very good Navi for cases like this, to where she's able to increase the entire team's element accuracy. So this has given us a lot more stacks, just to cost burn a lot more. So let's start with... I'm still having trouble if Zoe was probably a good choice to bring here. No, actually not. It should be fine. I can use this gun to apply a defense decrease, just in case anything has happened. So let's go with skill 3 for Sue. And then let's go. This is actually probably going to kill. Let's do skill 1. Obviously, it's not going to do as much, but at least we're going to have the debuff proc. Let's have this person slept on today. You go to sleep. And then what we can do, we can probably see if we can trigger the technical damage proc. Hopefully that works. Okay. Let's do skill 1. increase the entire attack of the team and the element accuracy. Also gonna spin that guy too. Let's see if we can do this. Daunting firepower. There you go. Cast off both enemies, and then what we can do now. Are we able to? Hold on, I need to see something. Skills, vacuum, Mechidolon. Of course you have it, but you have to heal. But Frost is. That's the thing. Mechidolon I can probably just hopefully take to the chin, but I'm very nervous of Bufa dying. That's it. So let's put you to sleep. And let's do this. Skill 2. It's gonna be very scary. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say I knew it. Okay, he went for after the wrong person. Cool. Alright. Then let's go use skill 3. Let's do icy defense. Increase the entire team's HP. We indeed will need that. Rebellion. Once again, put you to sleep. Really hoping we can spark this. Hey, there we go. I was really hoping we get technical damage here. Nice. Now this should do a lot more damage because one got burned, and then on top of that, you got the burn effect onto her. So you just use double co, knock her down. Nice. And why not all out attack? Not bad. Okay, cool. And skill 3, and she still had time to go on her. Nice. Alright, let's move on to the next fight. Alright, so I went into the back and checked the Metro Desire. Yeah, they nullified that stuff. The spiritual stuff. So she's literally just used here. This will be the last one we do. So let's see. This time I'm using Yaoling. I would use an assassin, but I don't know who else I could use. Violet, I probably would, but there's no really need to use her because she's best to scale off of another assassin or another good person who's actually attacking on the field. Tomoko, she's really not meant to actually attack anybody. She's more like she's basically a supporter, but it's like she's not meant to do any sort of damage, just buff and then possibly put people to sleep. So let's make this the last phase. I recall this one, the monkey. Yeah, specifically the monkey. What we need to do is that we are going to switch. Let's do. Let's do Sabaton. Alright, so for this team, I switched it up a bit. Yaoling with the girl. Yo. Basically, this is basically a Yaoling team, but this is with the substitution of Tomoko instead. Not much to think of. Pretty much straightforward. Mio, we're gonna use her skill 2, not skill 2, skill 1 to get everyone with the debuffs. We are going to use skill 3 on the monkey, because this guy specifically, he's able to apply resistance onto a shadow, I believe. I could be wrong. Yep. No, even, yep, Fizzy Wall, right there. Yeah. I think specifically for who is it that he normally does? Is it? No, I guess not. I guess it's just place it on. Yeah, I think it's usually on himself or an ally on the field. He's either or. Vortex is also a very big damage dealer. He does. Other than that, he does make Edo a lot. I don't think he's gonna be that much of a problem though. Let's do skill 1. It's gonna do a lot of damage anyway, so this is a cool Hero Sleep. If I don't die though, that Meki double line is going to. What? Oh, just because we hit him. I'm foolish. I made a oopsie. I made a technical error. Let's do. I already applied Sonic Interference, correct? Me. Alright, cool. Let's do Futaba Skill 1, and then let's apply Sonic Interference. I did Devoted Guard. Okay. Memory Loss, go Bird. Alright, cool. Sonic Interference. This is literally a death run. This is literally just death. Let's do Liz. I want to get the technical damage on top of it. Because we're not going to get any of the fire buff applied to it. And then we're going to do this. Apply skill 3. Do we have the technical hit? Yeah! Oh, it is not for him. Oh well. It's still something. This is gonna hurt. Hey! Let's end it with Tobacco. Never mind. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. We're alive. Alright! Alright, let's move on to the next phase. Alright, do the final phase. Everyone's procced. Okay. So let's do this. Again, this will be a very nice cleanse. Let's see what we do. Let's put you to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Let's guard. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. We are not Megidolon. Okay, that was one thing I was scared about. Let's retry this. Okay, fellow phase. Let's get this show in the road. We're going to use the Bodyguard just for the extra layer of protection. We are going to silence this guy right here. Actually, I lied. Probably would have been better that Tobacco as the last attacker. Yeah, for the sleep is probably better. If and or but probably better if we had it if we were a single target. Let's do this. Alright, this shouldn't be too crazy. Never mind. We're gonna get hit hard. I feel it. We gotta start dodging, guys. Oh my god. Oh. I lived because of Futaba. We lived! Nice. Okay, cool. We're doing it. I'm applying this. Dear Lord have mercy. I lived. Alright. This is most likely just gonna be a straight kill anyway. Let's go over here. Multiply. Interference. Skill 3. My god. I was lagging for a second. Let's see if we can use the technical. Unless we can. Ooh! No, we didn't. We didn't get actually on him though. Sadly. Alright, cool. Ooh! Ace cleared. Okay. That was pretty nice. Alright. With that being said, I think there's really not too much I can go off of this character. Overall, she is very good early game. I would say that for certain. Some shadows that you're going to be fighting mainly is going to be one-on-one, like the palace shadows and whatnot. Certain shadows probably, like, I wouldn't say bosses, because again, technically some bosses are going to be nullified to it. But for trials, the Velvet Trials, I think she's a very ace unit. Uh-oh. What's going on? What happened? Back to what I was saying. When it comes to a trial character, I think she's a very, very valuable character to have. Just to run through trials, I think, no, well, not just to run through trials, but I think what's a word I can say? Like a safety backup. Just basically like an emergency use character. She's very good. Again, her sleep skill 3 is very, very, very good. Comes in handy. On top of that, with the increase of damage taken for that next turn, very good. So overall, this character is, again, not really up to standard because she's a 4-star. She's capped to a certain degree, but overall, once there is a certain way to increase the character's level, or probably schematics besides the Mindscape currently that we have for them, overall, she's a very nice unit, very fun unit, just to put people to sleep and then buffing a certain character on your team. Other than that, let's find another 4-star to use.
私ならできるわ。必ずやってみせる。